welcome back to the British Boxing Blog podcast. Stephen here, delighted to be joined by Macaulay McGowan. Been a long time coming, wanting to get you on for a while, so pleased it's happening. Thanks for joining us, mate. You okay? You good?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, grand actually. Yeah, feeling good.
Grand, yeah. What's happening there? Bit enthused by yesterday's announcements that the country might be getting a bit back to normal, and you can see a bit of an end in sight, or not? Or
yeah, but don't let myself get too excited because they'll just pull the rug from underneath us, won't they? Keep saying words like could be that date, so a bit skeptical, but hopefully you got to be positive, I suppose. So yeah.
What about from the boxing point of view? What's happening? Any news? Any dates? Anything? Or just taking over?
No, I'm just in the gym working away. I tried putting a few things out, like giving Florian a bit of shit, but he's not biting. So I'm just ticking away. I'll just see what comes. I've spoke to Lee and about when he's going to get me on, so he's going to work towards that. So we'll just see what's happening.
Well, that's it, man. You had a busy end. You had a busy end last year, didn't you? 2020. Like you were, you're in two tough fights, weren't you? Two hard fights. So
yeah, it was mad. Fucking, I boxed at Kulak, and then last minute I boxed bloody Conway. So I earned more than I've ever done in 6 years in boxing in 4 weeks. So
that's mad. That
whichever way you look at it, it was rather a good ending or a bad ending to the year. But yeah.
How was Kulak met? Like, how good was he?
Kulak, he was. Oh mate, he was horrendous.
I watched it. I watched them both. I did watch it.
I thought he was gonna tire, but it's hard that someone's gonna tire if they're in control, and he was just in control from the off. He's come out, he stuck it on me and I just thought after 3 rounds, right, I was there thinking, how the fuck am I gonna get through this?
Honestly,
how am I gonna get through this fight? He was battering me from billions of balls, and I swear to God, right, I thought I'm gonna get through this, and then someone thought a realization come. I thought, but I'm not gonna quit though. So I thought I'm gonna have to suck it up and try my best. And I'm thinking, fucking, he did it, didn't he? He was it. Mickey Ward. He was getting battered off that Mexican, and then he hit him with a body shot. Yeah. So I thought. So believe it or not, right, even in the later rounds when it's 8, 9, 10, I was still thinking I could land something. Obviously, I'm not a big puncher, so I'm not going to knock him out. But I had this belief in my head. I thought, just stay tight. I could just land something. I don't know. I just had this belief. Obviously, it never come but
no.
I just look it up. Everything I try. If you look at the first, I thought I could go forward, and then the first round or second round, I went to go forward, and he went whack to the body, and I thought, oh mate, I'm in for a long night here.
Can you tell straight away when you're in with someone of that class? Obviously, probably the best person you've been with, in your pro career, without a doubt. Do you know what I mean? Can you tell? Is it as soon as round one where you think, oh shit, he's canny him, he's good. Is it instant or?
I could tell at the face of me. He was fucking nuts. He got in the ring, he looked about fucking 90k. I thought, oh, fuck. He come back into the ring with his fucking tube playing and all that. Yeah, I've come out to Blue Moon. I've nearly tripped on the way in. I've nearly tripped on the way into the ring. And then he comes in with his fucking mint tune and that, boom. I thought, guys, getting me pumped this. He's got this robe on, and I thought, wow, he looks fucking huge. Yeah. He takes his robe off, and he looks massive. His chest is massive, his back and everything. I thought, nah, he ain't that big. I thought, he's not that big. He can't be, it won't equate to being strong. He's just inflated, right? I don't know, deluding myself here, right? And then he comes to the center of the ring, and he just looked at me and I thought, what the fuck? And I knew that I thought he was going to go out and he was going to back off a bit. Yeah. Not back off, he's not a runner, but I thought he's a bit of a back foot fighter from his amateur fights and his one pro fight, a bit of a back footer. So I thought he's going to go on the back foot just a bit, just to give me a bit of room. But then when I seen him at the head-to-head in the middle of the ring, I thought, he's coming straight at me, this cunt. He wants to knock me out. And before he even come out the corner, mate, he ran over and just swung a big shot. And I thought, oh, this fucking not going to plan. So after about round 1, I thought, this kid is fucking unreal. I thought, I just need to get through the next 4 rounds at all costs now. At all costs, get through the next 4 rounds. But then he was setting the pace, so he never tired, really. But yeah, you could tell he was that good. Fucking, he'll probably imagine he gets banged out his next fight, and then I'm like, fucking, oh, fuck.
Did you ever with hindsight, boxing fans and that, people say, oh, you should have possibly been pulled out. Was it ever discussed in the corner? Did you ever think, oh, yeah, I could do with getting out of here or anything like that, or not? Or was it just, like you said, did you keep thinking, I've got a chance here, getting to 10, 11, 9, 10, whatever?
Yeah, it's a funny one that, like, if I was watching that fight,
yeah,
I was slating me on Twitter, going, get this fucking idiot out of this ring, like, get him out. Like, I know the game, I know Twitter. That's fine.
But people like me that's never been in their real life, you know what I mean? It's but when you're in there, you're like, you not want to be pulled out in a million years. Do you know what I mean?
It crossed my mind that I could happily go down from a body shot here.
Yeah.
And no one would bat an eyelid. They'd be like, fair enough, he put up a good show, the body got him. But I know that by me thinking that that's me already quitting, and I thought, and I can't quit. I thought it doesn't matter to you, to these guys on Twitter, that if I go down and say myself, or don't come out the corner, the corner pulls out. But I thought, I know when I bed at night, I know that I give in. And I don't know, like, it was mad, but the ref and that, right? You don't see it, and I've never seen it because I've never been in that position. I was beat before that fight. Yeah. I've never been in that position. And the ref, I think it was Victor Lachlan, the ref, he's looking at you so intently in that. Yeah. I think it was after he rather knocked me down or I fell over, but Victor Lachlan knew it was a bit of me going down a bit, you know what I mean? And fumbled back to the corner. He come over and said, Macaulay, are you okay? I'm going to pull you out. And I said, I'm sweet. Honestly, I'm fine. And he carried on looking at me. After I'd finished the conversation with him, he carried on looking at me. And to see what my face was, and I looked back at him and I gave him a wink and said, I'm good. But I could have happily pulled the face. There's ways of getting out of there without it making me look like I'm a quitter.
Yeah,
I could have. There's so many times, when he would break us, where he looked at me a bit longer and he was looking for something. And there was times where I could have just pulled a face like this, and he would have just. He
give you the
Didn't. I kept going. I'm good. I'm swear. I'm all right. I fucking were all right. I was getting my head splatted.
So, like, obviously that's November, right? So you've had a bit of a pace, didn't you? It's November. You think most normal folk would probably be like, I'll have a canny Christmas, get back in the gym, get going 2021 again. However, Mr. Last minute replacement, a bit of Joshua undercard. You know what I mean? You're back. Like. Did you hesitate for a second to take the Conway fight?
Yeah, I did hesitate, yeah.
Did you?
After that fight, that Kulukmat fight, I said, I'm not boxing at that weight again.
Yeah. What weight were you that night? What weight was that night, the Kulukmat fight?
11 stone. Right. It was for the international title. Yeah. Don't know how I fucking sanctioned. I hadn't boxed a meaningful opponent in a few years, yeah. And he'd been 1-0. I don't know how he got sanctioned for a WBC title fight, but anyway, it did.
Yeah.
And then, so that was at 11 stone. And I thought, and you can box journeyman. I can box journeyman at that weight and get away with it. I've boxed every year. I've pretty much boxed 11 stone or above most of my career, barring a few fights. But I knew when it was time to fight in good kids, I've got to be 10-7 or less.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm not fighting these good kids at 11 stone. Anyway, so I'm fucking chilling there. I thought, I need to give my head a bit of a rest there. So I just laid off sparring, kept ticking over, kept running. And then it was the Saturday, I think. Yeah, I had a missed phone call on Facebook off Kieran Farrell. I thought, oh, does Kieran Farrell right? He don't ring me.
Yeah.
So I just messaged him back saying, oh, what is it, mate? He was boxing. I think he was on Yard. He was boxing Arthur. Was it that? Or it might have been another fight. I'm not too sure. And then I said, oh, what's up, mate? And he said, fucking, they were looking for an opponent for Conway. This was Saturday night. in for next week. So I said, oh, no, I haven't been in the gym. Or as I said something anyway, I said, oh, my weight's not great or whatever. I'm looking to go down to welterweight. So he said, all right, no problem. And then I put my phone away and it just itched at me. I just thought, I could be fucking going to the bubble on Tuesday. I could be fighting. I could. And then I was fit. I couldn't get to sleep that night, right? So I thought, I fucking messed it up. I missed the opportunity. So I woke up, crack of dawn, got onto Kieran Farrell, like, fucking make that fight. I want that fight. Because they were asking Kieran Farrell for opponents that he might know of that will jump in. You know what I mean? So that's why Kieran was involved. And I just like got on and saying, make that fucking fight, make it. And then Sunday evening, mate, that fight was made. So
happy bags, off you go, like basically.
Yeah, well, I think I had to be there Tuesday, so Monday I had just all running around to do. I had to get a doctor's note because I got a bit of a cut on my eye, you know, from the Club Met fight.
Yeah.
And luckily, my 28-day ban ran out.
Wow.
Just before the fight.
Wow, how's that for a stroke of luck,
Yeah, no, yeah. So it's mad, right? I just thought if I don't take this opportunity, I fucked it.
Mm.
And like,
in what way? You would regret it, thinking, God, remember that time I turned down being on the Joshua undercard type of thing, or like opportunity-wise, or what?
In all honesty, as well, I thought I could. I thought I would beat Conway. Like, I thought it was good enough to turn up right at 5 days' notice, way above the weight I should be, and do him over. Whereas if it was good enough, I'd be big enough, wouldn't I? But it weren't the case, and he was too good, and he beat me, and that was that.
No regrets though, you know?
No, not one single regret.
Good.
Not one. I would regret it now sitting here, but never took him. But never took both fights.
I think, like, from my point of view, like, it's like, you know, you get a lot of fighters that protect the record, and obviously you were unbeaten for a while. You were unbeaten going into the fight with the Kazakh lad, but then your 2 defeats and being on like the Matchroom show and has done your profile like the world of good. Do you know what I mean? You're probably more well known now than you've ever been boxing wise. Do you know what I mean? And, like, it's just done you no harm and beats what I'm saying. You can always come back from it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course I know exactly what you mean. That's it. Yeah, I think I went to that bubble. I had a bit of a laugh, had a bit of finger. And I think people just got behind us a bit and just thought, you know what, he's fucking laughing. And then obviously I didn't do well in the fight, but I showed I had a bit of grit, a bit of determination. I showed a few things that people can get behind. So I think a bit of a winner in a weird way.
A bit of character as well. Like, obviously, you know, like, and this isn't a dig at anyone, but a lot of boxers are like the same. Do you know what I mean? You see the meal prep, you see them driving along the road, you see them do the road work, and you're like at least you've got a bit of crack. Do you know what I mean? Your Twitter's full of, like, you know, what scores City and all that, and that went a bit viral, and like, yeah, it's something different, isn't it? And I think people like to see that.
Yeah, like I don't know. Sometimes social media does me. I try and be that way, you know, on Instagram and like posting stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'd rather say that I've had a fucking cheese butter and a cup of tea, like John Fury. Cheese butter and a cup of tea.
That's it, innit? You know, like, obviously from our part of the world, like Newcastle and that, like Joe Laws is someone similar, and like he's a character, he's got a bit of crack, you know, and like yourself, and people sometimes mistake that for like, oh, he's just a daft lad, you know what I mean? But I think there's ways to get noticed, you know, like, you know, and having that, you know, that Twitter feed you did the other week where you were just like calling out different things, saying like, when you fight the fighter from Berkeley, that means he's twice the size of you and hard as fuck and that, you know, like, and people can relate to it, and people's like, oh, you need to get Macaulay on here, get him on. So it's like people enjoy a bit, like, you know.
Yeah, of course you gotta don't know, stand up. I say stand up for the crowd. I'm just being me. I've been like this since my mates, like the lads that I knew from other gyms as an amateur. I was always a knobhead. Like, I'd be if we're turning up for shows and I'm boxing a good kid in the amateurs, I'd be the first to say he's fucking good in it. You know what I mean? And like, I wouldn't be stuck up and say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't know. I just think you got to be honest and just have a laugh. Like, I think it's too serious. Like, I think that's why a lot of people kind of got behind us a bit, or like not saying got behind us, but, you know, like took interest, because I was thinking about it. Life's crap in it. Like, life's not crap, but a lot of shit goes on in life.
The last year, man.
So like you put on the soaps these days, and it's all doom and gloom on the soaps. Everyone's getting killed off, and you're thinking, fuck sake. So then you're watching Fight Week, and everyone's being dead serious, and then you got me talking about bumblebees and singing Moana and that. I think people thought, you know what, fucking fair play.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I hadn't had a shave, I hadn't had an haircut, my fucking teeth are fucked, and people just thought, I'd rather see that on Sky Sports. Like, it's something a bit different, isn't it? Like a bit of a ragamuffin on Sky Sports there. And, like, instead of everyone nicely groomed, sunbed, fucking well shaved.
Do you think that's like a Manchester thing as well? Just that whole, like, I'm not taking myself too seriously. I'm down to earth. This is what I am. It's like, if you were taking yourself too seriously, I'm sure a couple of your mates would call you out and say, oh, hey, Macaulay. Like, you know what I mean? What you've been an up for type of thing. Like, do you think that's just... Yeah,
it's where you're from, innit? I'm from Wivenshaw. I don't think you people will happily not like you if you're a bit stuck up, and I think it's just where I come from and who I associate myself with and that. But I think sometimes a few of my mates would like to see a serious side to me. Like a lot of people don't see me in the gym and that where I am serious. So they don't know I'm a joking too much or I'm taking the piss too much, but that's just me. I don't think I do well coming to a fight being dead serious and being that sort of way, because it's just not me. So I train hard in the gym and I'm fully focused on the job at hand. But everything else is just a buzz, in it. Like I just find boxing a buzz, which it should be. Yeah. Like this is what I do to make me happy and everything else. So I just take it in my stride and have a laugh with it.
So do you work alongside boxing, or are you full-time boxing, or?
Oh, I've got to work alongside it.
Yeah.
Luckily, my boss, he gave me a lot of time off for that Club Met fight.
Yeah.
And then he's giving me time off whenever I need it. But I've got to work. Got a family and stuff. So, yeah.
How is your family? I know, obviously, it's something you're quite open about, like the sort of, your son's had some health issues and stuff, and you're quite open and honest about that on like Twitter, and people find that inspiration. How is he? How's your son?
Yeah, my son's absolutely great. I feel like I've cheated a bit. Like, like he had such a terrible injury at birth and that, but he's at this moment in time, everything's bang on. He walks. His speech is developing right, and just loads. He's just like what an average child. I'm not gonna say a normal child because it's disrespectful to kids that who have disablements, but yeah, he's just bang on, really. He's not different than what his sister was when she was that age. She was a bit more clever than that. She's a brain box, but yeah, he's a bit more caveman, like bangs everything and that.
It's good that, like, how do you? Obviously, you say like people don't always see this side. So you're a boxer, you work, you've got a young family. Like, how do you fit all that into a day? And like, how do you find the hours in the day to go running or go to the gym or look after yourself? Like, what do you? How?
I get up at about 5 o'clock to do a run, and I've got to do that no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, I've got that's like just running in general. Even if I'm not in gym, I've got to do a run, and then I go work all day, till about 4:30, and I come home and I go to the gym. But at the moment, I'm just doing 3 days a week, which helps. I couldn't do every day at the moment until I've got a fight coming up. Because I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the moment, in the gym.
Yeah.
So it's running in the morning, work, come home for like half an hour, go straight to the gym. So I don't see my family them days. But like, because I have the Tuesday, Thursday at home, I can get away with, like, it motivates me thinking, I've just got to get through this day until I've got a fight come up. Then I'll be every day. But yeah, fucking it is hard, and I've got a supporting fiance. So yeah, it wouldn't be able to do it without her, to be honest.
So like, are you one of the fighters that you would sort of like you say you take over, like you do actually sort of stay in the gym, you're doing something, and you don't just disappear until you need to make weight again, then come back. You always sort of at least taking over type thing.
Nah, I was. No, I wasn't. I used to just go out to the gym and just balloon up.
Yeah.
And I just realised it was no good for me mentally and that. And like, I'm one of those guys. I've just got to be doing something. If I'm not in the gym, I'm out. I'm a dick. I'm just everything. So I just make sure I'm constantly doing something, and I've realised I've got to be eating healthy and I've got to be running or I've got to be training to feel good. So that's what I try and stick to 8% of the time.
Good that, like, so you hope to have like a fight, you know, when are you thinking when to be realistic, like towards the summer now, or like, you know,
April, May, hopefully.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, we in late Feb now. Like, I'd love to be out April, May. Whenever they can get me out. I bet they think I'm right, greedy cunt, because they had 2 fights at the end of last year. But I just want to be out. I want to fight at welterweight, and I just want to progress. I just want to fight. I just love fighting. Bottom or end of it all, I just love fighting.
Is that where you see yourself now, welterweight? Is that where you think, like, come on, give yourself a chance? Don't take these 11 stone fights and that. Take these, like, go where you want to be.
It has to be, yeah. Like, that's for me to get further in my career. It's got to be at welterweight, but I just feel like, because I love to fight, like, they'd entice me with, there's a fight there at 11 stone.
Yeah, I know.
But then, like, you know, with everything going on, and you don't take your opportunities. But nah, like, I've got to be 10-7. I'm big for that, and I'll be nice and strong, and I'll be fast, and I'll be able to box a bit more instead of just fucking, I don't know what I was doing my last couple of fights.
Well, that division's flying though, isn't it? You obviously someone that you know pretty well, Marco Charlton on Saturday, like domestically, you've got like Conor Benn, you've got Congo McKinson, and like Ryland Charlton's kicking around, Joe Laws. There's loads of names, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
it's a great division to get involved in, isn't it? Just
fantastic.
Load of mint fights there.
What's going on with Marco then? Tell us, you know, does he want it? Does he not? Do you want it? Do you hate him? Do you like him?
See that midget? It's personal between me and you, Florian Marco. It's personal. You scrap medal man from Albania. You need 10 scrap medal man to do you after I'm finished with you. You little stiff idiot. Yeah, I'm gonna do you some serious love. And you gay lover Tony Bell, I'll do in between rounds.
Let's be all sorted, isn't it? There we go. I'll get that off. What happened in the bubble we used to? Like, what was all that about?
Well, he gives everyone shit, doesn't he? He's like, what, 8-0 or something. And then I went to that bubble, and I did the interview the day I got there, Tuesday night it was. I think I did it with Danny Flexen and the guy for Boxing Social.
Yeah.
And I just said, look, I'm taking this fight because nothing's come available. If I don't take these fights, I won't fight. And I just love to fight. I just want to fight, right? So that's why I was taking them fights. And I thought, next year, I want to fight at welterweight, and I'll start with that gobby midget, Florian Marco. The interview goes out Thursday night, and then I seen him retweet it or quote tweet it, whatever you call it, and say to my face. So I thought, he's downstairs. He's in the room downstairs. So I said, what's your room number then? And then famous hashtag bubble trouble. Fucking. And he said, and then he actually gave it the fucking nutter. So he gave it there. So I thought, I'm going to have to go now. Right. So it was a mini Curtis Woodhouse situation where Curtis Woodhouse drove to the other side of the country to find his man. I had to go downstairs.
You just got the lift down.
Yeah, I got the lift down. So I was in my pajamas, or pretty had nothing on. So I had to shove something on. And I just thought, right, let's go. And then as I was getting closer, I was thinking, fucking hell, he could be sweating all the weight off here. I don't know. It was Thursday night, the night before the weigh-in. So I'm looking there, I've come around the corner, there's a few people there. And to be honest, it was a bit of an anticlimax. Like, as I was walking towards, the security guard was already up the hallway with me. You know what I mean? And the thing is, you know these security guards, you've seen them all week. So you can't just start being a dick with them. You know what I mean? It's not like some security.
Yeah.
I've seen the same security guard since Tuesday. You have chats with them. They get the lift for you. They fucking pretty much make sure you sound. Yeah. But you can't start being a dick with him now, jumping around him, fucking pushing him and all that. So I just had to accept it for what it was. And it was pretty shit, really. And then he come over and he was like, no, what'd you say? And I just said, you want me to call you a gobby midget to your face, or you're a gobby midget? That was it, really.
Has it been mentioned anymore? Like, is that fight ever been offered to you? Like, I know I've seen you on Twitter. I think it was today. You're saying like, I'll fight him, no bother. Like, have you had it offered? Is it something you're looking at or not? Or?
Yeah, what happened? And then, yeah, I was speaking to Sam Jones about. I get on with Sam. I think he's sound. I think he's doing good stuff. And he was just saying, oh, you know, if he beat, well, he was confident. He said when he beats Shelton, we'll look to make it. But I don't know what he's doing. Like, I'm not. His team know I'm game to fight him.
Yeah.
I'd fight a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Like, there's no problem fighting him, but I'm not gonna keep chasing it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna start looking desperate, don't you? If every tweet he puts, I'm quoting it or I'm giving him shit. Like, Sam's got me on Twitter. Sam can chat to me anytime. He starts to imagine it. He knows. He knows. I'd happily fight him. I don't know if they're thinking, oh, I'll fight on an MTK show, get a win in that. But the thing is, I don't care about going now fighting a journeyman to say I've not come off 2 losses. I've got 1 win on my record. What's the point? I know I can beat a journeyman right now. So what's the point in fucking fighting someone just to say there's a win on my record? I'm not bothered about a fucking win on my record. I know I can get 5 wins in a row if I want to. I want to fight over good kids. Like, just dive straight into it. And to be honest, not being disrespectful, but Marku's good, yeah, but he's a step down from the lads I've been fighting. So if I was looking for to go down a level and fight someone, he'd be the type of level that I'd be looking at anyway.
Yeah.
It just has to be that he's got a massive profile and he's pretty tasty as well.
It'll be a lively press conference, that, wouldn't it? It'll be a lively fight week, and I think,
I don't think you'd keep up with me. I think I don't think you'd keep up with me. It end up getting frustrated like a little, like a kid does when they can't get the words out. It end up getting dead frustrated and throwing a table or something.
What did you make of him Saturday night against Scotland? What did you think of that fight?
I actually thought he looked really good. He looked really sharp. Like, his jab was good. I thought he tired though. I did think he tired. And
yeah, he did for a bit.
Yeah, but he got a second win though. I think he knew that he could hurt Charlton, so I think he started like chilling out a bit more, taking his time. I thought it was a good performance. And then Charlton's only smaller winner. I think Charlton would be a force at light welter. Yeah. But I've seen something about Marku going down to light welter, so if that's where he's going, then I'll just leave him to it. But if he's staying at welterweight, calling Conor Ben out and that, then I'd want to punch his head in, to be honest. Fucking yeah.
Do you miss boxing? Do you miss boxing in Manchester? Do you miss boxing with the crowd and with people getting behind you and a bit of atmosphere? What's it like boxing, like with nobody there?
It's pretty good, you know.
Huh? Is it?
I don't mind. Yeah, it's fucking sound. Like, hey, I got like last year, mate. I got like 2 weeks away from my family, mate. I was having good lions, man. Like, I wouldn't have had them lions into a crowd and you only turned up the night before. Yeah. I was sleeping in a hotel, double bed to myself.
Nice. Yeah.
No kids waking me up. It was fucking mint.
No, like a holiday, like all inclusive.
Mate, I've had because I spent like a couple of days in the one at in fucking Yorkshire and I watched Club there, and at London it was like a fucking holiday, mate. It was mint, but I don't know. The second one, it did have a crowd there, didn't there? So I could hear people.
Oh, there was. There's about 1,000 there, wasn't there? The Joshua. That's true. There was.
Yeah. So that didn't seem too bad because it was a big arena, but it was about the same amount of people that would have been at like the fights at the small hall anyway.
Yeah.
Like, obviously there weren't people there for me, but I could hear people shouting for me though. It was good.
Yeah, good man.
That one was that was hard, mate. It was an empty arena. Yeah. I'm getting smacked about this ring, but it was dead era. Honestly, that MTK show is well era, but the Joshua one was all right.
Yeah, I did forget there was people there. Like that. That's a good point. Hopefully, not long before there's more people there. I miss going night. I miss it. Like, especially the small shows up here in Newcastle and that, man.
So, you go to a lot of the small shows up there.
Yeah, we do. We always got all the MTK shows and that up here, and those written shows and that, the arena and stuff. So we travel a bit as well. Do you know what I mean? But we're used to. When we get the festivals and that, but we're kind of just hard, isn't it? It's like
definitely.
But it'll come back, man. I hope to get back to football as well, even though my team are doing very well. Newcastle, but Newcastle, right? Hard work, isn't it, man? Hey, they could go down, honestly. Fulham's Fulham's going for it, and we're just sleepwalking through these games. Also, we're useless.
Yeah.
City's flying, eh?
Who?
City.
Oh yeah, fucking smashing it. Sorted the defence out, didn't we? Now we're fucking smashing it now. Think we got a good Champions League. So.
Oh, you play it tomorrow? No, tomorrow night. Mönchengladbach.
Oh yeah.
Aye. Do you go to many City games?
I did do.
Did you? Before boxing kicked in.
I've always been a fan growing up. Like,
yeah.
Well, since I was a kid. So like, my dad never used to go out, so I never used to go. I went to a few games when I was a little kid, that main road. But then throughout like my teenage years, and I went a few times with my best mate. And then when a few years ago I started going, I got a season ticket now, but I had to give it my father-in-law because I just ended up getting fucking twisted and that, and it was just no good. So, they honestly, right? There's nothing better than a football game, is there? Like,
no.
It's like a playground for an adult.
No, it
like,
no.
When you're a kid running around at school, like, your world's your oyster, innit? You can just scream, shout, kick things, and then you kind of lose that. You go to adulthood, and you got to be civilized, and you got to be this person, and then you go to a football match, and it's just fucking liberating, innit? It's like fucking. What's he called on Shawshank Redemption, where he's top of the fucking building with the bears. But mate, it's unbelievable. And I think I love it too much. So I have to put it on the back burner because
I suppose that's a hard thing when you're boxing, and obviously you're boxing mostly on weekends and stuff, and like City play weekends and that, and you think, I could go here and I could stay out all night and get on it with the lads and that, but
I'm not one for going out anyway, but something about a football match, a City game, it's just amazing. It's too good. Like, anything that's too good, I can't do. So,
where were you the day they won the league, Aguero, last minute? Where were you that day? Where did you watch it? What was going on? What was that day?
You know what? I actually watched it with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just watched it with my girlfriend. It was fucking unbelievable, mate. I remember, we just jumped up and down. I was hugging her. We were screaming our heads off. I could not believe it.
That was one of like
she had the dining room and she had a living room. So we're watching in the living room. But in the dining room, they had the Gillette Soccer Saturday on.
Yeah.
So we also heard that live, where it goes, where
Man United had finished, haven't they?
Yeah, United have finished, and he starts clapping, and fucking, you can see him smugging, and they get told, don't they? You see the face drop. It's fucking beautiful. Oh, that was wonderful.
That was mad. I think it's one of them days. Like, I know where I was for that. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't. Just a mad.
Yeah, that's what. If Aguero wants to sit on the fucking bench for 400 grand for the next year or so, just let him. Just for that moment.
Yeah. Iconic, isn't it? That was a mad moment.
Yeah. It'll never be repeated. It was unbelievable. Fucking.
You'll win it this year, man. You see it, reaching it at the minute, aren't you? Just non-stop wins. Just no one else can get near you.
Fucking smashing it.
Man.
It's that Ruben Diaz, isn't it? He come, mate, and then John Stones stepped up as well, and
he has.
Then Gundogan who stepped up. It's just fucking. I think it's just come together. Pep said though, didn't it? It was Fernandinho. He had a word with them all.
Yeah.
He said after, I forgot what game it was, but Fernandinho said, pretty much said this ain't good enough. And he said from that day on, we just fucking smashed it. Plus 2 weeks off, wasn't it? It was 2 weeks off in Jan.
Must be nice. Yeah, I can only wish for them days. Me with fucking you.
Yeah.
You're terrible. Anyway, back to boxing. Like, obviously, growing up, Manchester lad, Wythenshawe lad. Like, who were your sort of boxing heroes growing up? Like, obviously, it's a famous boxing city and stuff. Ricky Hatton's an obvious choice.
Ricky Hatton, and I blame Ricky Hatton, right, for how I am. He made it feel like it was okay to balloon up in weight and be out of the gym, right? So I thought, if Ricky Hatton can do it, I can do it. But I've been doing it since I was an amateur. As soon as championships would finish, I think, fuck it, 4 months out of the gym here. I wouldn't have fucked that, but I'd think, fuck it, 4 months off the diet, don't have to run, don't have to do anything. But nah, yeah, it was fucking. It was Ricky Hatton. Obviously, fucking more recent times, Crawler, anti-Crawler.
Yeah. Shout.
He
Even though he's
fucking
a red. Even though he's a red.
yeah. I trained with him at the start of last year, anti-Crawler,
Yeah.
and he was like the catalyst for me getting my head on. Like start of last year, my head was all over. My son just been born, what had happened and stuff, and I just didn't want to be in the gym. I left the gym that I was at, and I went to train with Crawler. And even though it didn't work out with Anthony, it just gave me, I don't know, it just boosted something inside me for, because everyone knows that Anthony weren't the most gifted, he weren't this, what he did, he was just 100% dedicated, kept his head on, and he was just one of the lads who just went for it. And I thought, he was consistent, that's how I've got to be if I'm going to get to anywhere near what he reached. But,
yeah, because it wasn't like his, you look at his career and you look at some of the like venues he boxed in that, like, he was proper Manchester small hall scene type of fella, wasn't he? Like, it wasn't instant success for him. He had defeats on there, like failed title challenges and that, and he just kept grafting away, and just the story for him was amazing. Like, before we started this, me and my cousin, we used to go to Manchester and to the arena and watch Crawler and that. We had some cracking nights there and like proper dedication and that, like you say. But amazing story, really.
Yeah, he signed with Frank Warren, didn't he? And then I think he had got a few defeats, and then he left Frank, went with Hatton, had a few small all. Then he got knocked out off Berry. And then it took ages then to get back to where he fucking needed to be. But he did it, and he just kept believing, and he just kept going. And I just thought, so I've got to keep my head down. So even like I've had 2 defeats now, I'm still the same. Like nothing's wavered. I'm just going to keep going. But back to role models as well, like more recent times, right? I didn't realise yet how good Andy Morris was. Andy Morris, the Women's Show Warrior, fucking was British champion. He was like British champion at 23. Like and I didn't know he retired that early. Like, I'm 26, 27 at the back end of this year.
Yeah.
And he retired at 27, yeah. And I used to think when I was a kid, oh yeah, he's retired because he's getting older, like because he's getting old now.
Yeah.
But it's funny, Andy Morris, because on my debut, I boxed Jason Nesbitt. Right. He lived 2 doors down from my girlfriend on the same estate in Chedworth Estate, and he had boxed Jason Nesbitt on his pro debut.
Yeah. Oh, it links back together. Yeah. 2 women, I think, right?
Yeah. So like more recently, as I've grew older and I'm like 26 now, well 27 this year, I've started to realise, fuck me, he was probably the best. Andy Morris was probably the best boxer we've had, like from round here. Like he went to the Commonwealths, won a British title dead early. Fucking, it was unbelievable. Like you overlook the British title, don't you? Like he weren't world champion, but fuck me, not like to be British champion's a mega achievement. And I'm right now finding how hard it is.
No, honestly, totally. I get you. Like you don't realise, I think, until you look a bit more in depth in it. Like we always like say Ritson from up here won the British outright, and it was like amazing night, beat like Scotty Cardle and Highland and all that, and won it up here at the arena. It was like, but I think if you're not massively banging your boxing and you're watching Sky and that, some people think like British is just like, oh, it's only British. That's where it starts. Do you know what I mean? But to even get from the bottom to British is like, if someone just won the British title and look back on the career, you'd be delighted, wouldn't you?
Yeah. If you had won a British title, even if you just won it and you had to give it back or won it and kept it out, that is massive. Like you don't. When I was a kid, I used to think British title, fucking piss one of them when I'm older. I'd be watching Friday Fight Night, when all the promoters used to have to get a slot on Friday Fight Night.
That was class, though.
If like one ended early and you start showing like the upcoming fighters, if they didn't have an unbeaten record, I think no good.
Yeah, that's quite mad, isn't it? It's quite
because when I was growing up, you had Jennings, Calzaghe, and Hatton, and they were all undefeated.
Yeah.
So I think even Tommy McDonough, I think he was undefeated, like from Collyhurst, and I was thinking, if you're not undefeated, I don't want to watch you.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? And you look now and you think, fucking hell, what was I thinking there? Like, you're involved, like,
But I was like that till I went pro, and then it weren't until I was at Anthony Farnell's, and like, he used to have like a TV in his gym with just old fights on, like, and I'm talking like I would just watch Sugar Ray Leonard, you know what I mean, or Marco Antonio Barrera, you know, just fights like that. But then you would have these fights on. I'd be watching these boxers. I didn't know what the names, and they'd be fucking doing all these skills, amazing fights, amazing inside work, and all that. I'd be like, who's that? And he'd go, you don't know who that is? Tell me who it is. And it just made me a bit more of an encyclopedia with professional boxing. Because honestly, mate, if you weren't mainstream or you weren't undefeated, I didn't fucking watch you. But then I had an appreciation. Started watching all these Mexicans and these other fighters that. You know, not down in history, but were great world champions, stuff like that. So
that's like, there's a whole different world out there than just what's on Sky on a Saturday night. You know what I mean? A whole different world. Like, it's
Sky monopolised it a bit, haven't they? Like,
I guess
don't think going on in this country unless it's on Sky. But
do you think that's your aim, British title? Would you like snap your hand off for that British welterweight title? Is that where, you know, or do you aim higher than that? Do you even look?
I aim. I want to be world champion, man. I just want to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've got 10 years left in this in boxing.
Yeah.
In 10 years, it's going to happen. And even if I never get to that point, never get to world champion, at least I know I'll give it me all to get there.
Yeah.
And if I won a British title, I'd go, yeah, fair enough. But if it was my only aim to win a British title, I'd think, what if I aimed a bit higher? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true, like
it's up to me, really. It's up to me. But yeah, like you said, more recently, I thought I want to win a British title. You know what I mean? I want to. Like, whereas before that, when I was like just turn over, it's like, yeah, get an international title, get a ranking, and I'll just somehow get a world title shot. But now it's become a bit of an objective. Like, I want to be British champion. And then I think if you're British champion, people get behind you. Like, he's our British champion. You know, like.
Yeah, of course,
Get behind you a bit more, and then you have that going into your European title fights. Like, he's our British title fight in a European title fight, and then you might go on to win fucking world honours. But British titles overlooked. Look at Jason Wellborn. He wins a British title, and out of nowhere gets a world title shot. So
incredible! Absolutely amazing! Yeah, you're totally right.
But yeah, it's definitely an aim of mine to win the British title, but it's not my overall goal.
Yeah.
I think every boxer's got I'm not saying every boxer, but I think most boxers come in and want to be world champion. I think no matter how good you are or how many defeats you have, I think you've got to be true to yourself and keep going with that. Because it's easy for me now after 2 losses go, yeah, I'll just be British champion and and accept that. But like I'm saying, British title's amazing. And if I look back on my career and I've only won a British title, I'd be fucking buzzing. But I wouldn't want to just accept in my mind that that's all I'm going to go for.
I always remember reading Darren Barker's autobiography once, right? And he was saying, like, when he won the Southern Area title, he said he was absolutely delighted. He's like, that to him, to be the best in his area, he was like, that's fucking mind-blowing type of thing, like, beyond your wildest dreams, to say, like, yeah, I'm the best down here type of thing. And, like, whatever came after that, then came after that. But he said winning that, to him, was important, like, meant as much as any whatever came after. Like, mad, innit?
Yeah, you've got to enjoy it. I think, like, even with some of the fights I've won, well, fucking, I haven't won a fight in over a year, but like, seems so long ago now. But like, I wish some of the wins in my early career, you know, when I was a kid and like I didn't have to work. Some of the fights I had were crap, yeah, but I won. I thought, why didn't I just enjoy that more? Like, I used to be dead to beat myself up about it, and I'm like, oh, fucking shit, that. But I just beat a strong man who fucking, I'm only 19. I thought, I should have just enjoyed it more. I'm waking up tomorrow, McDonald's breakfast. I don't have to go work. Fucking, I still live at my mum's. Fucking, I should have just enjoyed it a bit more.
Life, innit? Passes you by, so
now I fight, I've got 2 black eyes, and I've got to put the bins out and that. It's fucking.
Hey, you got tough there. I suppose I'd best ask you about MTK. You know, that's the talk of, you know, it's been in the news a bit in the last month and so. Like, you know, I'm not going into all that, but like from a fighter's point of view, and this isn't any fight we've never taken a penny from anyone. We're not like MTK payroll people, but like you see a lot of the fighters like saying how good they are and stuff. And well, how do you find working with MTK? Like, do they?
Shit, man.
Yeah, sure. That's what you said. But like,
oh shit.
From like the inside though, like from, you know what I mean? Like, you're an MTK fighter. How did that come about? Did they like? What do you get from them? What do they get from you? Like, how does it work?
You know what? It's funny because the first one MTK, well, it was MGM back then in 2013.
Was that when it was like MTK Manchester or MGM Manchester, and like, or not, or was it just the whole?
No, it was just MGM.
Right.
And then I went over. With my amateur club to just get an amateur set up and that, and we just got to know everyone there. And then I went back 2014, and I was gonna go pro with them then, but they only had like I think they had Bradley Saunders. I think he just started. And I think they had Steve O'Meara. If you remember Steve O'Meara, he fucking he got done for. He's in jail for something.
I will just push past that.
I don't know what that was for, man. Nah, but yeah. So I think they only had them there. I think Peter McDonald just started going over sparring, and then he said to me, "Oh, fucking, well." And Seamus Macklin was the main coach. Yeah. He was like, "Oh yeah, over here, you know." And I was gonna sign with them when they had like 3 boxers, and I was 19. Well, I was 18, turning 19, and I thought, "Nah, fuck this." I thought, who are these, man? I thought, who are these? Like, we've got a few boxes. I thought, I want to be with Frank Warren, man. I want to be Frank Warren here. I don't know who these guys are. You know, like, I didn't fucking know. I knew they were in Marbella, which was nice. And I was just teaming up with Arnie. And I really liked training with Arnie.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved it. And I was getting better. So I thought, nah, like, I don't want to just move over here and train with a different coach. I wanted to stay with Arnie. Like, I didn't want to sell him out because Marbella was a nice place. Looking back, I should have just fucking went over. Not digging at Arnie. I'm just saying for the opportunities that I would have got if I just fucking went over. But so then I just left it, and then I kind of was still involved in, but with not MTK, another guy from there who just happened to be involved in as well. No, not Dan or anyone. This guy called Johnny, and he knew Frank Warren and that. So I got on a lot of Orange. So I was actually managed by Frank Warren first 10 fights, and then so I just stayed with him, and then I had a few years out and stuff, not really fucking doing anything, and then I come back and my friend he knew MTK, and I said, oh fucking might as well sign with them. So I actually went to see Johnny Roy. That was MTK Manchester, but in that time, 2013 or 2014, when I never signed for him, they just went fucking huge, didn't they?
No, that's true.
But I remember my mate Kofi. He went over in 2014. He was like one of the first.
Is that Kofi Yates?
Yeah. He's my best mate. He went over and signed with him, and he was like one of their first ever boxers.
Good little fighter, wasn't he?
Yeah, he could have a right good go. He was fucking mint back. Should have boxed a bit more, you know. Looking back, he should have just boxed a bit more. Even though he's a come forward fighter, if he boxed with it, he would have been a lot better and would have knocked more people out. So yeah, back to the question anyway.
Right.
They're fucking bang on, yeah. They're bang on. It's a bit of a big company though, you know what I mean? It is a big company, so it's not like it's like you're part of a management and promotion, you know what I mean? Like I was on when I boxed 2019, I got 2 wins against two in 2 little 4-rounders. I was a nobody. So for me to get an opportunity this year, well last year, fucking with this pandemic and that, I had to make myself relevant. So I thought, so I had to like burst through the door and thought, I'll just fight any cunt. And I think, so now that they've seen that, you've got to kind of earn your stripes with him. When they've seen that, they thought, you know what, well, fucking fair play, he's a bit of a character, we'll get behind him. So, yeah, the bang on.
We had Lee Eaton on here. Lee Eaton was saying, like, says, like, if you want to get on the MTK shows during, like, the pandemic and that, you've got to take risks. And, like, you know, that show they had on Friday night there, like, the 50, Southern Area title, Commonwealth, English, like, you know, they put on these 50-50 fights on, and I think, like, they need people to take the risk. And, like you say, you've stepped up, you know, so you've got your opportunities.
That's what it is, like, I think when MTK started putting on shows, I think they wanted to get rid of the stigma of fucking of Dio. I think they just wanted people to be in good fights.
Yeah.
And like, if you was in a good fight, you got another opportunity in another good fight. And I seen it with a few lads. Like, obviously, it's been like 18 months now since them shows when they had crowds and that. But I did see it, and like they stuck by the word. Like that Osgood's always getting a chance. Don't get me wrong, he's fighting good kids.
No,
I don't know.
yeah.
Kind of rewarded. There was another lad I forgot. You kind of rewarded for stepping up, like. And if you are the away fighter or the away corner, you're not fucking being taken the piss out of. Like, or not, I'm boxing in England, and the Kazakh's the home fighter, but fucking. Yeah. I weren't taking the piss out of, you know what I mean? Like, it was all fair and I was paid well and stuff. So,
good.
Yeah, they're not. I think if they're getting you in as the away fighter where they know you're tough, they're not taking the piss out of you. Whereas, like, some shows, like, take it or leave it, you know what I mean? Like, with how much they're going to fucking pay you. And then, so, yeah, MTK, good.
No, that's good, man. Honestly, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I could talk all night, to be honest with you. Like, well,
I know, yeah. I know.
Good, but just
this is now. Fuck now.
Just keep us updated on your next fight and stuff, and we'll keep in touch. And I'm sure we'll see you on the telly and that very soon again, mate.
Yeah, hopefully I'll just want to fight, don't I?
No, that's it, man. Let's see what you do. But no, honestly, mate, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for thank you for your time, mate. Honestly, it's you're a top man. Thanks a lot, man.
I appreciate it. All right, catch you later.
Yes, take care. Bye, mate. Bye.